Hello, Michelle. Good morning in Australia. How are things?
Well, good Mel, and good evening, good afternoon in the US. It's lockdown here in Melbourne, Australia again, and I'm going a bit bananas with it. But in the big scheme of things, I'm doing all right. What about you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Yeah, we have flip-flop weather, right? It's really hot here, so you're
For
inside for lock.
Australians, for Australians,
Yeah.
that's thongs, which I know thongs are a whole different connotation, and yeah, we got this weird language thing going on, right?
Right, but we can translate it.
We can.
So I'm really happy to be here live with you again. And one of the things we wanted to talk with our viewers, our listeners to today is about ambition. So let's talk about that. Why has ambition been on your mind, Michelle?
Ambition's been on my mind for a long, long time because I have always been a very ambitious person, but I have been a person that has masked or dialed down a woman. Let me be clear, a woman who has masked or dialed down my ambition at certain times in my life. And when you and I have got to, and Susan, we've been thinking about how we, the kind of space we create for women, business women across the world. We know that ambition is one of the things, well, a safe space is one of the things that we want to create so that ambitious women can come together and support each other in being unashamedly ambitious. And why it's on my mind, and I don't know why it pops up from time to time, probably because of the D&I work that I do, but I just recall Reese Witherspoon a couple of years ago in one of her awards ceremonies said, "I believe ambition is not a dirty word." And that got me to thinking, so for some people it is a dirty word. Why is that so? And why is our desire to be successful, our desire to achieve outcomes, our desire to live a life well lived as women, why are we told in subtle ways and not necessarily overt, although I've had different ways of it being told, expressed to me, but why are we told that? So it's been on my mind because we share a vision, right, to be able to support women across the world. And I particularly want to give a shout out to ambitious women because, I see you, I hear you, and I want to support you. And I know, well, I shouldn't speak on behalf of you, Mel, but I certainly can speak on behalf of Susan because she's not here and you are. And I want ambitious women to know that it's okay and that, in fact, it is great. And I want them to know that I really want to support them in dialing up their ambition, not being told to dial it down.
Right. Being able to take ownership of it and finding support and giving support in that. I think that's a lot of what we're doing and creating inside a career that soars.
Yeah,
So,
100%. Because I think and one of the things that we're going to discuss about what we're going to discuss is that you are told, women are told, and I'll use my own experience to dial down the ambition in subtle, and frankly insidious ways. Don't worry, your turn will come. Just be patient. Well, haven't you got other things to focus on at the moment? It'll be your turn at some point. And they're kind of the things that I have experienced, and I know that other women have experienced in the be patient. Well, no, I don't want to be patient. And I guess the other thing that I would say, and we have heard this before in some of our podcasts, which is, well, would you tell that to a man? Would you tell a man to be patient? No, you wouldn't. Well, not necessarily. I'm making gross generalisations, of course. So I'm a bit fired up about it, Mel.
yeah, I feel that. So I'm trying to think if I've had similar experiences. I've definitely been told that I seem like I'm in a hurry. Uh,
Yes.
and that wasn't necessarily good feedback, right? Whereas I've heard I've heard some fellow engineers that are senior to me talk about some of my male counterparts who, barge into the room and talk about how they want to be the CEO as though like, great job, that's ambition, way to go.
Yeah.
Love to see that, kind of forward talking. So I think that there are some subtle biases that we can pick up on in these work settings.
And I think because I always like to give, I don't want to just shake my fist at the sky here. I always like to be the person who can say, hey, I've observed this happening, but here's some solutions. So we're providing a solution for business women. But I also want to give a call out to the leaders watching and listening. Here, let's flip this, right? If you've got an ambitious woman in your midst, in your team, in your group, whatever it may be, she's going to do whatever it takes to help your business grow. Because she wants to advance her career and she's in it for the business, because there's a hell of a lot of mutuality in this. So for me, there is a win-win. If you think about our leadership definition, leadership is using the greatness in you to achieve and sustain extraordinary outcomes by engaging the greatness in others. You know what? These are the people to back because they want it, right? So leaders, foster that ambition.
And that's absolutely one of my favorite parts in No Ceiling, No Walls by Susan Colantuno, which is, of course, our main guidebook inside A Career That Soars. And so one of the themes that she talks about really early in the book is taking on the mindset of being for the business, for the organization that you work for, and how that looks different than just looking at it as though like, well, I have my job, I'm going to do my job, then I'm done.
Yeah. And look, for some people, there'll be, we've talked about contentedness. And I've sometimes said, I wish I could be a content person. No, I'm not. But we know that some people are very content with a transactional relationship. And you know what? That's okay. But what we're talking about is if you're a woman, you're in business and you're ambitious, we see you and we support you, and we want to talk about that, and we want you to have the forums to express and practice expressing your ambition. So that's why ambition's on my mind.
Absolutely. And so ambition is the theme of today's Coffee Cocktails Connections call. So let's talk about that for a minute. First, let's tell our viewers, what is Coffee Cocktails Connections?
Coffee Cocktails and Connections is a meetup once a month. Well, in fact, it's twice a month because you run one for the UK or the EU American time zones, and I run one for the Asia, Australia, ANZ, and sort of a US afternoon time zone. So we have 2 sessions a month for our women members to come together to simply learn, connect, and advance together. So it's networking, but it's facilitated. So it's not that's kind of let's throw you in a breakout room on Zoom and leave you to yourselves. No, we always have a topic for discussion, a question to ask, a way to introduce yourselves. We talk about, well, today we're going to talk about ambition. That's our topic for today, and give people, some women, some opportunities to talk to each other about their ambition. But then we also use this forum as an opportunity to practice our courageous asks, which is, hey, I've got an ask of this community. I'm going to step into my courageous vulnerability and ask for what I need. And we also have a give. So if you've got something to give, and so essentially it's a meetup twice a month for our members, and we have seen some amazing mentorships, collaborations, and quite simply joy come out of it. And I remember Diane in the US saying that this was a really sacred women's space, and where you could drop the mask and just kind of be you. So that's what they're all about.
Right. I love it. And so we've got the coffee and cocktails going because we've got so many different time zones involved, and I love it. It's just great to see the connections happen across, all of these geographic boundaries.
Absolutely.
So Coffee Cocktails Connections has always been a part of a career that soars. It's something you can access inside a career that soars, but there are some changes coming to a career that soars. And what does the free space look like versus the premium membership? So could you tell us a little bit about that? Talk to us about some of the changes.
Yeah, so we've spent the last few months thinking about what our members need and our ambitious businesswomen members what they need, and we've really amped up our focus on our premium content. So we've shifted to one premium membership, and then we still have the free membership to a career that soars. I saw a really good description of this in a host community that I'm a part of a little while back, and it's to describe it is like, so you come to our hotel. The hotel that is a career that soars, and in the lobby, which is free to enter, you can get a coffee and you can meet some people and what have you. But to access the conference rooms and the suites and all of the good stuff, you have to be a premium member, or you have to pay. So we have a lobby, which is our Explorer membership, where you can communicate with all of the community. So there's an ongoing activity feed and chat and courageous asks and things like that. We post lots of really good role positions, interesting topics. But then once you exit the lobby and go into the premium section, that's when you start to get access to things like Coffee, Cocktails and Connections, which we are moving in to as a premium member benefit as of August. We have a minimum of 2 workshops every month. One is I typically interview one of our members or another inspiring woman for career Q&A. In other words, we examine her career in great detail. She talks to us, and then we have a workshop or a masterclass or something like that. And that's either run by you or me, Mel or Susan, or as we're doing this month, we have one of our in-residence experts, the job hunting expert, Renata Bernardi. She's coming in to run a session. So yeah, so that's what it's all about. Lots and lots of stuff, and courses and discounts and things like that. So that's the stuff that's happening.
That's excellent. I'm excited. And you posted another video recently announcing that we have another host that's joining our team, Amal Youssef. She's amazing.
She is.
Is there anything coming up in terms of courses that you want to share really quickly?
Yep. And given that we are at the 12.5-minute mark, but so I want to call out Get Shit Done. So my Get Shit Done boot camp, it is 3 boot camps, so 3 sort of 90-minute boot camps to really for ambitious women to get their mojo back and get back on their path towards wherever they want to go. So that's open for registration right now.
Excellent. I love it. Can't wait. So I think that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much, Michelle. It's great to see you. And
you too,
I
Mel.
Can't wait to see you in Coffee Cocktails Connections.
Cool. Thanks, Mel. See you, everyone.
All right. Bye.
Bye.